Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Decadent Ales. This is Strawberry French Toast. And when I say that, you think that there would actually be a dark beer in this glass. But no, instead, this is a New England style hazy IPA, 8.6%, and is brewed with, maple syrup, cinnamon, and strawberries. So really interesting. It's actually a fun combination of styles because you have the New England IPA, you also have Milkshake IPA, which is a lactose IPA with some crazy flavors to make it milkshakey. Then you also have one of the most hyped styles out there, which is pastry stout, which is obviously the integration of flavors from pastries into a stout. So this is sort of a spin-off milkshake IPA or sort of a pastry IPA, right? This is sort of pastry IPA. Really crazy combination of two of the crazy styles out there, hype styles out there, New England IPA and pastry stout. So into one glass, let's dig into it. Let's see what happens. Beer comes in a deep gold color, medium to medium plus haze. Beautiful. Let's get the aroma. Woo! Yeah. I get a nice kind of citrus orange quality from here, but the really big note that comes out of this one is tons of maple syrup. That's all I can pretty much smell. It actually smells a little bit like, yeah, it's almost like you got a big jug of maple syrup and then just tried to, squeeze some orange zest onto it, sort of like you do on a cocktail. There's just like the oils of orange and tropical fruit. And then just underneath is just tons and tons of maple syrup. It's not really much to say underneath it. Whereas something like pastry stout or a maple barrel aged stout would have the roasted bolts underneath it. There's not too much underneath this aromatic other than straight up maple syrup. Cheers. Big double IPA, by the way, 8.6%. Big beer. And that's so weird. That's so weird. So first off, I will say that it doesn't necessarily remind me of strawberry French toast. It does have a little bit of weird kind of cinnamony maple syrup driving in the mid palate, but up front it is so mapley. And it's actually not that sweet of a beer, which is crazy. 8.6% double IPA. You think that it'd be big, boisterous, a little bit boozy, and then just some maple syrup sweetness, complementing with the beer sweetness. But it's really not that sweet of a beer. Tons of woody maple syrup flavor, a little bit of cinnamon, a nice kind of New England style IPA underneath it. So you're getting, I'm getting a little bit of citrus, maybe a little bit of ripe strawberry puree, but the strawberry is actually quite understated for me. A little bit dry in the back end, which really helps dry out this big 8.6% beer. I will say that, wow, I just realized it. The comparison here for a culinary beer like this would be Funky Buddha. I remember being introduced to that brewery years ago when I first got into craft beer, and something like a no crust, a peanut butter jelly brown ale just blew me away, that like beer could taste like food. And so that's what I think this beer is trying to go for. Obviously this would do a better job as a brown ale, just, obviously tastes more like French toast. Instead, I think what has been achieved here is it's a breakfast IPA. Not even going towards pastry IPA. This is a breakfast IPA. It literally tastes like maple syrup and then orange juice with the haze. Yeah, this is breakfast IPA. I wish this was rebranded or something because it really tastes like that, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, think about maple syrup, some French toast, and a mimosa. And that's sort of what is in this glass. And it's really fun. Taking one of my favorite styles, New England IPA, throwing maple syrup, a really great ingredient, and just doing something really fun and fun to it. And this is better than a flight beer in my opinion. This is something that you can sort of sip on with breakfast. It's big beer, so I would say this is an 8 to 12 ounce pour. Take it easy on this one, but definitely more impactful than just a 4 ounce pour. Great aromatics and maple flavor is absolutely awesome. And again, some people would argue that a breakfast beer would be something like Founder's Breakfast Stout, a coffee stout, big beer as well. But some people might not want a dark beer for breakfast. Maybe they want something a little bit more refreshing. Again, a lot of people associate breakfast with orange juice, apple juice, grapefruit juice, fresh juices, mimosa. Got that here. And then if you could do a sweet breakfast with it, maple syrup on pancakes, maple syrup on French toast, sort of have that integrated in the glass here. Really fun stuff. Paul has done something really fun here. This is a breakfast double IPA, breakfast New England style IPA. And it's crazy that Paul has really done it because you think it'd come out of Vermont because Vermont does New England style IPA, where the style came from, and also they do a lot of maple syrup. So you think that the beer would be created there. Instead, it was created by Paul and Mamaroneck, who's opening up a brewery soon. So really fun beer. I absolutely love it. This beer for me is getting a 95. This is a stellar fun beer. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.